Hello and welcome to my new channel, The Whispers of Your Heart. So if you want to skip the intro, you can go in the description box. You will find a timestamp for the beginning of your reading. So I started a channel in French about a year ago, and I was called to broaden the scale of what I have to share, and so I decided to create a new channel in English. So my English isn't perfect. I am a native speaker, but I've been living in France for a very, very long time, and I speak English less and less. Every couple of weeks I have a chat with my dad, and that's about it most of the time. I used to be an English teacher, but I no longer am. So forgive me if sometimes I stumble on a word or I mispronounce something, or if I hesitate. And what's funny is that when I do my readings in French, very often the words come to me in English and I have to translate them into French. But anyway, so that's for that. And I also wanted to tell you that my readings are not here to tell you your fortune, but to help you and guide you along your path, and to help you grow, help you heal, change, transform, fulfill your goals, your life, and every time try to support you also and understand why you are facing certain challenges, what's blocking you, and at times I will even be able to share some advice to help you unblock situations and improve your life in general. Of course, you can check your moon sign, your rising sign, and sometimes I will also tell you to check your north and south node signs. In mid-month readings, you will have timestamps in the description box. I don't know yet if I will be doing weekly readings. I might not, but at least for mid-month readings and monthly readings, you will have timestamps. So this is what I had to share, and now I hope you enjoy your reading, and please, of course, like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I will see you immediately for your reading. Hello Aries, and welcome to your reading for mid-February. So we're going to start with what I call the active energies. Some of you may be undergoing a kind of disagreement within the family or any other kind of group, but it does resonate with family. You might not really know what's going on, and it is causing some grief, but you're advised not to let yourself be dragged into arguments and drowned overwhelmed by what's going on. And you should actually find an occupation, something that's going to keep you busy, and that's going to let the grief this situation is causing you leave. It's also a very good time to assert your value. There's something about the value you give yourself. So for some of you, it could be about your trade, if you're an entrepreneur, for instance. But it doesn't have to be about that. And whatever the circumstances, it's important not to sell yourself short and to really regain a sense of personal value. Know your worth, and for others it may be a good time to ask for a promotion, a rise, look for a better paid job. But it doesn't have to be about work. It's mainly about yourself and you being aware of it. And there's a kind of reconciliation going on. So it can happen with that little rift that seems to be taking place for some of you. But it doesn't have to be about others. It can be within you, reconciling with some aspects of yourself, some mistakes you think you made, and things you don't like about yourself. And this is going to make you perhaps take some new steps towards a separation or breaking a contract. And it doesn't have to, you don't have to do that, but there may be some situations in your life where you're going to decide what you do next, and it's up to you. Do I keep on with this and make it work, or is it time for me to let it go? Those may be questions you will be asking yourself. But apart from the first few days, which may be a bit rough, the rest of the month seems to be going really smoothly and joyfully. Some of you may decide to take a trip somewhere, and in that case it will go great and everything will be happy and joyful. But it's more than that. It's a new path that you're taking. It doesn't have to be a drastic change in situations. It's more the way you decide to lead your life. It's about the changes you make. It's about the change in your mindset also. And there's a kind of healing taking place. So if you'd been poorly, for instance, previously, everything is going to come back into place. You might actually also decide to reach out to someone to, I don't know, reconcile or try to improve a relationship, or you might decide to go and visit someone dear to you. There's also a question about money coming in. For some, it might actually be quite a substantial amount of money towards the end of the month, mainly. And in general, it seems that there has been, or there is about to be, a total change in mindset where you will manage to remain joyful and merry in spite of circumstances, and in spite of maybe someone somewhere trying to be a bit cunning in your life or in your environment, everything will balance out. Okay, we have a kind of good karma card that shows up, and that saying that all in all, good will outweigh evil. Just a little warning: don't be rash in anything. You might at times want to act foolishly. Just beware of that, and especially if your line of work or something that you do requires, depends on how you are appreciated or something like that, and don't act foolishly. I mean, don't decide, okay, well, they don't like me, I'm stopping, I'm giving up. So nothing like that. And if you have a crush, take your time. Don't rush in, and you don't antagonize the person. Make it work smoothly. So now we're going to look at what the areas that require healing, transformation, or that will be that circumstances will help overcome. So these cards are in French, I'm sorry. So the first one is the problem card, and the second one is fear of commitment. So many of you might have been hurt in the past, might have been through a separation or a situation where you were misled and or something broke in your life, something was broken. It can be any number of things. It doesn't have to be a breakup. It can be someone, a decease. It can be, it doesn't have to be about love, but it can be. And this has made you wary in terms of committing. So what you're called here to change is to release, definitely let go of that past pain, work on it, and understand that fearing commitment is not going to be a solution. It's not going to help you. And when you think you're protecting yourself, in reality, what you don't see is that you are causing the pain to grow bigger, because you have other feelings that are rather negative that can arise and that don't help heal what is broken. So what else do we have? Okay, and you see, what you need to do is free yourself from past karma, past bonds that were toxic and that you haven't fully released yet. And if a past situation is currently making you extremely cautious towards others, and if you're thinking a lot about it, understand that you are not freeing yourself from it. You're still impacted by it if you remain in the same position. So you really need to let go of that and understand that the past does not define you. What defines you is who you are, is what you do, what makes you shine, and not your stories. Your stories are just situations that were there to teach you something, but they are in no way a definition of your person. So what are you called to for this month? Well, the second half of the month. Okay, so we have the rainbow. That's another one in French. L'arc-en-ciel, the rainbow. And we have the first house, which is not surprising, as there was already something about personal value. So here, with the rainbow, first of all, even if when the period starts, you are still a bit overwhelmed by circumstances, stick to your goal and remember, and it's not only a goal actually, it's more than that. Strive towards your dream, towards what you want to accomplish, and bear in mind that the end of turmoil is close. Okay, you can actually feel it. Okay, and it also reminds you that you have everything within you to accomplish what you dream of. And with this first house, it's also a reminder of the same things, because it's really pushing you to reclaim your value, yourself, take care of yourself, and you see that you've got a shining body here, and that's what you're asked to do. That's what you're called to do. Shed your light and become that best version of yourself. Create a new cycle. There is already this idea of a new path, a new cycle, and what you will be implementing now is really going to come through, I suppose, in about a month and a half, when we will be starting a new cycle, and use also the new moon that will take place on the 10th. Well, this is for the 14th to 29th, but it doesn't matter. You still have this impact. And it's also telling you to really take care of yourself, see if there are any, take heed of any warnings that your body is sending you, and have a good grasp of your own value, of your potential, and optimize all these. So the challenge for these 2 weeks. Okay, the encounter. So there is something about a relationship or relationships, and again, so you might stumble upon someone that you had a falling out with, but it doesn't have to be that. It may be that for some people, not necessarily. But it's mainly this thing about being stuck into an old situation that is still keeping you from expanding. That's keeping you from what you want, because you haven't totally grown out of it. And this is the time for you now to do it. For others, you may, as I said, you might meet someone that you would like to start a relationship with. Don't speed anything. Make sure everything takes its time, and work on the relationship. And what is this period going to bring to you? Beautiful. So we have another game in French, the Queen of Keys and the Ace of Keys. So you are in the process of stepping up, building something new, creating something new or differently, and there may be a partnership or a commitment. And what it also says is that with this Queen of Keys, you have gained access to parts of you that you either ignored or had forgotten about. And there's a kind of understanding that happens, and that enables you to have a much broader perspective over things. Other little piece of advice. Okay, you have the healing angel card. So it is a big, big time for healing, and it does come out also in here. So put some intentions out there to perhaps accelerate the healing process, or narrow it down to what seems really important. Okay, one last message. And you need to face your fears, especially financial fears, fears around success, and understand that any type of fear that is gnawing at you is going to keep you from getting it. That's what I have for you, Aries, and well, I hope to see you very soon, and have a great, hopefully the second part of February will be great for you, and I will see you soon. Bye.